Did you actually hear what Becky said? Oh my god! Hi! Hi, everyone. It is me, End of the joined with the amazing, the illustrious End of the. I have Amira from Amira YouTube fame. What do you have to say for yourself, Amira?
Hi, I'm Amira, if you haven't heard. And I'm happy to be here today. Yeah.
I think that's a cry for help, actually. But yes, welcome in, Amy. It's good to have you in, and it's good to have a little bit of company during these every now and again. And we do seem to have both of our players in. So we have Modka66 Vegas versus Carlord, which I'm guessing... I'm not actually sure which is which. I'm going to give a wild guess here and go Carlord is actually Shu. Let me actually just check that real quick. I love players sometimes. Alright, I'm actually going to make the wild assumption that Blue is in fact going to be Gryffindor. Who, let's be honest with you. Let's be completely honest here. We would be very shocked if Gryffindor wasn't a mage.
Yeah.
Versus Shu. And we'll actually take a quick peek at the builds. Oh my god. Wow. Well, that's 63 int, Amy, on Gryffindor. Who'd thunk it? The plot thickens. The plot actually thickens. And in the interesting there, the 23 endurance, so they're actually going to be pretty light. But they have Lusats on, which I haven't seen in a hot minute. Isn't that like the Bevan special, Lusats? And what was the rest of it? It was Lusats, Vets, and I can't remember the rest of the old Bevan
forgot.
set. Some 2020...
Probably some bull goats in there.
You have to for a good measure, like... I have like double their end. 47, yes indeed you do, Shu. With that 51 strength, 47 end on the S stock.
Okay. Why 47 endurance?
So she's not jar locked and she can have like insane amounts of poise, probably. Because poise isn't locked in my rule set, remember?
Yeah.
So there is
I'm just thinking, like, last time I played, like, 54 strength, like, 2-hand stock. But I don't know. It's DLC builds, maybe something's different. I don't know.
Maybe they have Uggs in their back pocket and they just throw it out every now and again for a laugh, maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, Amiwa, would you do me the honors of counting me in?
Alright, go on 3, 2, 1.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowy. We are going to see the physics. Now, in this matchup on S stock, because you're our resident stock main, what do you really need to do here into a mage?
Well, you just need to be able to approach. You need to keep checking the rolls or just keep hitting them. Always punishing their flask, either with like a running R2 or with a Stormblade, as we saw. But yeah, there's basically nothing the mage can do if you're able to run them down and, you know, react properly to anything they throw out at you.
But the Twin Moons actually coming out here is a really good means of keeping distance. But we see those Stormblades, as you'd mentioned before, just keep up that insane pressure. Oh, the Comet point blank!
Yeah, Shu did not let Griff get anything off for free there.
I think there was pretty much every single cast and every single action was basically punished every single time. That was absolutely bonkers. The pressure the TS is able to output, even if everything TS does pretty much is reactable, right? There's only like a couple of things it can do that can really catch people off guard. You're more...
TS? It's neutral R1 when move blended is like borderline. Like, you can't really react it for more than... Like, your brain's going to get exhausted if they just walk at you for 2 seconds.
And that definitely comes in real clutch there in that matchup, because we looked at it there, like Griff was constantly on the back foot. One of the nice things I like about TS is that you always have that mind game between block cancelling, the standing R1, or going for that backswing to get that extra hit and then moving off. It's kind of interesting. But Amiwa, the Amy, give us the countdown again.
Let's go with round 2, 3, 2, 1.
Boom, kabam, kaplowy, as we see Griff here going for What I'm actually curious as to what that consumes. Is that the one that's improved? Oh, it is. He's taking the one that slowly lessens his health, which against poison here, TS, which is legal in my rule set for now, might actually be a really bad idea because you're getting the double whammy there of having extra stats at the cost of a little bit of shenanigans, a little bit of extra stats.
I knew about this consumable. It's like a DLC one, right?
It is, yeah. There's a one or two of them, but look at that there. As you'd said, good plays there from Gryffindor, who's actually managing to get that cast off more or less for free on the, but not that one though. We are seeing so that Stormblade come in pretty clutch there. But Shu does have to be aware constantly of those phalanxes if Gryffindor is able to get them off. And as we see here, it's going to actually be pretty rough. Even if the damage differential is going to be pretty brutal. Oof. That's a nasty cast there.
Getting the glint blades off is your pretty much like only reliable ticket to get off flasks and other actions safely. So like the win condition here, like the ability to win kind of depends on being able to utilize that. But unfortunately, that's pretty difficult, and I don't know if Griff came with the spells that are best at taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously with the is it Night Maiden's Mist that's been banned just because it tanks everyone's PCs, and you know what, it's hard enough having the players burst into tears without their GPUs also doing it. So having stuff like that to really cover yourself, but with that Stormblade and with those Bestial Roars and other kind of ranged options, it really makes it quite difficult. I like this. I think TS is like the perfect counter, and everyone I've spoken to with those ranged options is basically, yeah, you just go TS into Mage and they kind of have to cry themselves to sleep. But either way, Mamiwa, give us the count in once more.
All right. And is it first to 3?
First to 3, yes. Oh, never mind.
Okay. Well, well, there you go.
Listen, we just a bit of a misfire.
Oh, is that enough distance to strafe while casting the spell? Was able to get all that off, and more glint blades.
And the Star Shower as well, just to pepper.
Shower, yep.
Which is very nice. And again, we have that Phalanx out again just to give that little bit of cover, which is really nice. But the interrupt there on the Comet.
Oh.
Oof.
Comet doesn't catch. Still Griff has the lead here. But Shu is pretty quickly closing it out.
Oh, and the spinning weapon!
Will it connect? Oh no! Griff probably should have casted it again. It can, like, roll catch the opponent to death. It's a pretty tight roll window.
It has caught me on more times than I care to admit, Amy, to be honest with you. And that's going to be Griff taking it. Oh.
Yeah, they didn't need that, apparently.
Yeah, definitely having that spinning weapon there does give you that extra little bit of, how do I put it? It forces the other person to have to exist in a weirder spacing, which is kind of interesting. It kind of stops them from just like walking up to you for free all of the time forever. So it is a handy thing to have in your back pocket. I think it's kind of a, if you're not going for that little bit of faith int, it can definitely be nice, because otherwise your best keep off me tool is like what, catch flame pretty much. So I don't know. But either
I think
way.
yeah. Well, let's go on.
Yeah. You can continue.
3, 2, 1.
You had a thought, though. I'm very curious as to what it was.
Yeah, I think it should be used sparingly. Like the threat needs to be there, but you know they're not just gonna walk into it. And like if the player knows, they can punish it pretty easily, right? And it's pretty reactable. So like if a good player will be able to just see you starting it, run back, and then get out of range, right? It's mostly scary when you're already. There you go. Shu didn't have the knowledge to punish it. There again, you have to know the timing. But once you do get hit by it, it is a very spooky vortex. But yeah, I remember testing it a bunch with Frosty and the others, and like it took a pretty particular technique to escape it. And even then, there was like some room for gaming with it. Oh,
Yes, that actually managed
okay.
to land. Holy moly.
Saved
But
it.
Shu still has tier here as well, which is pretty huge. But that a nasty comet there could be the thing that actually ends this. Because I think Shu needs to go for those tally swaps there to get the tier proc off. She's about on that. She's just about on the cusp of actually getting it off. But as you see here, Gryffindor is very, very low. Maybe he has a tier skip option in his back pocket.
Would probably be Comet, but
Oh,
I think it's pretty unrealistic to get off, unfortunately.
yeah, and that's going to be the round. 3-1 in the favor of Shu. GG's to both. Both players. TS is fine. TS in my rule set is very, very strong with the poison, but it's still a very underutilized setup, even still. I think it's just people haven't really gravitated towards it. But a good showing from Shu. And we'll be back to a regular-ass rule set next week, so we'll see. But looking at it here, I think, memory serves, let me just at the players real quick. At, who is it? I'll say, at next. Oh, weren't joking. Right, because I think it's going to be myself versus the wonderful, the amazing Cassius, if either of these... on this next match. Nice Stormblade punishes. Yeah, I'm not actually. Which is it just situational whether or not you go for either Stormblade or if you go for Bestial Roar? Which one is like? Are they both roughly the same, or is there like a reason to take one over the other?
If you're on strength, then Stormblade will do more damage. Bestial Roar is probably faster, but you might recover from Stormblade faster, though. But I don't know. There's probably not too much of a difference, other than damage. I definitely remember like the reward from Stormblade punishes being like something like 400, 450. And I don't know if Bestial Roar can get that damage on strength.
Yeah, because it's mostly scales with Dex, right? If I'm unmistaken.
Yeah. Well, Stormblade is a quality.
Quality is real? What?
Yep. I think most of the Storm Ash Wars scale off of quality.
Interesting. All right. Well, I think judging by the fact that people, it's myself and Cassius next.
I think even though it might do less damage, a running R2, especially with poison, is better than a Stormblade in terms of reward, because you get the poison. Like if they take a bolus and you punish a bolus, it rebuilds poison immediately, and you're also in a position to like keep on pressure and like continue building like poison and that stuff. Well, Stormblade is kind of like a fixed amount you get from it. So why is your character going disco?
Because I thought it looked cool. That's a lie. I'm just waiting for Cassius to get in World, so I just have making sure everything works. You love to see it. Bullets are different. Is that it? A scale off of one or one hand. Doesn't the AoE just scale off of weapon or one-handed? Not sure. I'm not actually sure about that. Oh, it's Cassius. Look at him. He's so pretty. All right. Do I need to? Indeed, Cassius. Okay, where are we? Let me fix my shit. Oops. And there we go. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. You can still see everything there, can't you, Amy?
Yeah.
Just making sure. I haven't done this with someone else in World, so... Of course you're called I Love You, Cassius. I love that. But if I speak, I lose VIPs, says Braun about mages. That's fair. Cassius, could you do me a favor and just hit me? Sorry, just hit me. Alright, it's working. Neat. He also isn't wrong. Alright, cool beans. Cool beans. Neat. Alright. Now, Amy, this is live coaching. I'm cheating so hard right now.
Yeah, I mean, anybody technically could have someone in their Discord call helping them, right?
So what you're saying is it's not really cheating? Okay,
it's not really cheating, assuming, because like I think that's the broad assumption that like people don't mind like live coaching, especially since this is like
It's impossible
online.
to. It is impossible to like.
Yeah. But it's also just like a norms thing, right? Like I think people have been doing it so long that, you know, it's not like a, because there's some things we regulate that are actually hard to detect or whatever. But okay, there you go. Yep, get the trade combo. Yep, roll punish.
I don't get back. I don't get back swing there. Unfork.
Yeah, get yourself out of the corner. Okay. Catch trying to whiff punish.
It was risky, but I think it was worth it. I'm not sure. Oh, good spacing on Cassius there.
Cassius is still up a tier. I would not take too many trades or jump in like that.
Oh, why am I doing that? End of the presser.
Yeah, like when you just roll with TS and you're like, hey, I could just kind of like scam them with like rolling R1 here. You're very tempted to press the button, but like sometimes you need the discipline not to because you'll get interrupted. Or trade. Generally, I don't like trading when I have a health disadvantage because it kind of just like makes the amount of hits that I need to take to die be, you know, closer to 1.
Sorry, I had to find my cursor there for a second. It got lost. But yeah, I need to spend more time on TSs. Of the meta setups that, like, I don't like Shamshir at all. I don't know why. It bores me to tears. But for whatever reason, TS just feels a little more, I guess it's a cozy. Even though you do an awful lot less damage, it's still kind of like, you can still just kind of like chill with it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just,
What were you speaking about?
I was just saying I prefer TS in terms of like the top meta setups rather than Shamshir an awful lot more.
Me definitely, because it's 2 and R1 is more clearly like in the unreactable category than Shamshir is.
I mean, Sham is just a positional setup, really. I feel anyway, with like disgusting frame data. Why am I panicking?
Okay, well, you see Cassius doing a lot of what you call, I forgot the fucking terms. Like those running R2 keep outs or just run in and just like pressure. Like you need to do more with punishing.
I need to not panic roll for starters. I think more so than anything else.
There you go, good keep out. But now take your distance. You're falling right into the roll catch timing there.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's funny.
Because it's scary when a TS runs close to you.
If I can reset into neutral, I'll be pretty happy. Oh god, that's not good. Oh, my brain fall out here.
Running R2. Okay.
No, I got hit by the end of it. Fuck. Ah.
I mean, this is the annoying thing about TS mirrors. It's like you hit them, and then it's like, if you're at health disadvantage, it's very uncomfortable. My experience, it is okay to like hit with TS and not get kind of like put into a 50-50 if you hit them from like far away, right? Because you have that kind of like pushback and distance. So, you know, I think what I'm seeing here is you need to do like, you know, some more like micro movements, you know, like running before rolling, right?
Yeah, obviously. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Especially on the timings of those like R1 run forward R1s that Cassius is doing.
He is beloved. Never change, Cassius. Never change. Alright, I'm actually the wrong side here, but that's okay. Is he ready? Yeah, he is. Okay. Whew. Switch to off stock trust. You know what the funny part is? I'm probably more consistent on Halbert than I am on TS. Strange what having far too many hours on the setup will do to a human being.
Like there, what was the sideways movement before?
I think I have it still in my brain that I can strafe it. Don't even ask.
Yeah. The only sideways movement you should be doing is to get out of a corner. You keep being caught by there.
Yeah, I keep moving,
the
just
phantom range.
moving. I aggress into it. I think I'm just not. I need to figure out the spacing here.
There we go.
Oh.
Trade combo. You just get out of there. There we go. Maybe get out of this corner. Get out running R2. Yep. Oh, okay. You have to roll it. Oh, that was pretty nice. Yep, there you go. You got poison. Be ready to punch with running R2. When Cassius actually does it.
That's the wrong one. I don't know why I read that there was going to be a...
You don't need to read it, is the thing. Yep, there we go.
There we go, nice.
There you go. You at least got that, but that's still so little damage. Okay.
Yeah, I might switch over.
Look out for a running R2. Look out for a running R2 here. I feel it coming. Nice strafe. That was not going to hit. Look out for a running R2 here.
How do you know?
I just know. This is why you trust me.
No, and I traded into it at the end there, though.
Yeah, you gotta get a feel for like when it will miss too. Man, this does not good things for my ego.
Oh my god. Alright. Now we have Assay and we have Nex. Let me just quickly check in with Assay. I don't know where he's gone.
Yeah, GG to Cassius there.
No, GG's Cassius. You played your arse off. I need way more practice on that mirror. I need more practice full stop on TS.
Mm-hmm.
Who is up next? Because the other lads are not responding to me. Oh dear. So it's Nex. I haven't heard from him. Let me actually just message Nex real quick. Any TS mirrors are interesting. I don't mind them. I'd sooner than the 50 million Starfist mirror. 100%. Oh, very well played. No thanks. Shout out to my coach. Shout out to my coach. Bruh. Did Nex even get back to me? Oh my god. Do we have an actual drop today? That just never told me. Give me a moment now, chat. I'll go PSGS if you go. I'm sticking to TS for the 2 fight nights this week. I try and pick a setup a week and just use them in them.
Yeah, and then nobody's gonna want to go up against you with PSGS then.
Oi. Mark. If that's a drop, then let me just see who else is up that we can actually go. 1, 2. Let's go. Myself and Shu then while we wait, I think. 0. So you're up, Shu. Because I'm not hearing from the other lads. No. On my way? No worries. Sorry now. This is the second one this week that we've had trouble with people being late in, so...
So what's happening?
We're just going, myself and Shu are going to fight now, basically, because I haven't heard from Nex at all, and no word out of Assay being back yet, so he did say he wanted to go 4th, so I'm just going to assume. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did, but he said it, I wasn't sure if he was being legit or not, but we don't have any word from Nex now regardless, so it is what it is. Alright.
Also, I don't think there's a point to switching to lightning drawstring grease when you're running like poison TS, because the poison allows you to like reapply it a bunch on punishing with the running R2 of like their bolus.
Okay.
So it's like definitely much better value.
Interesting.
And you don't need to think of it really hard.
Oh, my movement there is a little
Jamshir? Or is that Is it Shamshir or can I
It's
see?
Shamshir.
Yep, okay, good punish. Looks like closer enough to you.
On fork. 45 ping, it's not too bad.
A bit far. Okay. That's fine, since shoes through the corner. Maybe close a bit more. Then run away for Renga one.
Getting interrupt on
There
him.
you go. Nice interrupt. Okay, gotta be careful there.
Yeah, I almost
Shamshir can,
overextended.
Okay, just get back there. There you go. Nice. Low punish. Be ready. Don't overextend for the poison punish. Just maintain a range. Like, be ready to react to different things. There we go.
I'm taking a lot of damage here, though. I have to be a little bit more careful.
You are getting a lot more damage on them, though. Oh, actually, it is closer than I thought. You're gonna whiff punish a lot. Watch for a running on one. Nice.
No, I walked into the backswing!
It's alright, you did pretty well. Another thing is that when you hit a running R2, you have priority. But what you need to do is hit with the first R1. So you just want to walk out of it and immediately press.
Oh, so you use the walk cancel then as opposed to the block cancel. I
Yes.
got
you
into
can
yeah.
use the block cancel, but it doesn't matter too much unless you want to, like, you know, well, like, blend them a bit harder, right? You just got to get used to the timing. And if you use the block cancel, don't sprint into it because you might get an input drop.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So like, you know, if you just do it once here, it's like running R2.
Hang on a second.
Like, let go of sprint. Like,
So what are you trying to get me to do, sorry?
do the walk cancel version.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And if you do it tightly enough, then you should always keep prio.
Interesting.
I just do that for now, and if you want to do the block cancel version, practice that later.
Oh, I almost got that hit too. I'm so sad.
Okay.
Taking a lot of damage there though.
Look for what running on one here.
Or I can just
look
walk
out.
into
I
that.
should say look out. Look out for a running on one here. Oh. Yeah, when you come in like that is when they're gonna want to do it. Getting whiff punished a lot.
I'm messing up my spacing. A lot.
Yeah. Getting a bit too close. Not
I'm
closing out enough range.
We lock in here, okay? That was the wrong ballast.
Okay, that's a fine play.
The wrong ballast. Nah, I'm just gonna eat it and it's over. Yeah, GG's. Fuck. Let me log that score and then hope I don't lose my cursor again. That will be on Fork Bestie. There we go, I fixed it. I don't know, sometimes I just float way too close to them and I never quite know why I do it. Because it's like, oh, I know what the range of that is. Why am I sneaking into your distance? I think the range between Shamshir and Thrusting Sword is pretty even, isn't it? Or is Thrusting Sword significantly longer?
I think Thrusting Sword has a longer total range, but it also hits further earlier, right? Although, and Shamshir, like, hits a bit later at its full range, right?
So
that's why you also don't want to, like, move in too early.
I feel a running attack. Yep.
Yeah, running R2. Running R1 might have hit there. Yeah, you should have done that a bit faster. You might have caught.
Interesting.
If you move in, they're probably going to do a running R1 here.
No, they go for that jump.
Jumping.
That jump has caught me an awful lot. I know in the PlayStation tourneys, I've been caught by that a fuckload. Just don't roll that then, never mind. That was fucking nice, Shu.
Good
Holy
strafe.
shit.
Where you won the interaction. They walk themselves into the corner a lot and then just like do a keep out.
I think they're trying to bait. They're trying to bait corner pressure. Maybe if that's set up.
They're choosing the mash.
And I'm losing the mash.
They're assuming you're gonna go for a roll catch.
Too late on that. That wasn't great. Backswing.
Yeah, they were already running away. Oh. Okay. Well, that's nice.
The ballas.
There you go. Running on one here.
Where did my input go? Oh, never mind. GG's. GG, Shu.
GG's.
Alright. Not. Does Sham backswing travel further if you aim down? Asks Kirk. I know the only funny one I'm aware, and I'm sure Amy will be able to back me up on this, is that Shamshire on a run R1, the hitbox becomes a little bit weird on the follow-up R1. That's the only kind of weird interaction like that I'm aware of.
The follow-up becomes weird on the second R1?
The hitbox apparently becomes, I don't know, is the technical term disjointed or not? I'm not sure.
I don't remember what I said about that, but I'm pretty sure Shamshir hits further on the later frames if you aim down on the follow-up R1.
Interesting.
And the running R1.
Let me turn on all my scripts and stuff like that. So, Assay is up now. He should be back. If he's not up, I'm going to have his head on a stick. So, you are up. Come on, dude. Alright, interesting. Yeah, I think it was Amelia who told me that one about the funny running R1 interactions. That's the only one that I'm personally aware of. Alright, let me get the name set up. I have no idea where Nex is. He's not responding to DMs, so I think we're just gonna say goodnight, Irene, on that one. Who's up then? Next, Assay. I'm going to ignore that. So it's going to be Assay versus Cassius. That's what we'll do next. Cassius. GG, Shu. Let's get all this shit set up. Cool. Neat. Alright, and we should be good to... There we go. Everything is working. Nice. Up, and there we go. But yeah, Shamshire into TS, I don't know why I keep messing up my spacing quite as bad as that. I think it's just, I don't know, I think it was I was fighting the Irish yesterday, so I'm expecting the lad to be a lot lower. It was a Turquoise, and I think myself, Turquoise, and Charles have, like, between the pair of us, maybe 20 ping. Between the three of us, sorry. Which is actually pretty nice. Also, parries must be very funny. I should try that someday.
Your HUD is still visible.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy. What was your... Okay, Amy, I have a question. What was your favorite matchup on TS? What was the one you enjoyed fighting the most?
Probably... Haldag, because you could kind of bully the fuck out of them, especially with the Flaming Strike. It's like... You could kind of hit them, and then strafe to the right just so slightly, and then do another R1, and that would like just be just enough to like strafe the halberd if they just mash R1, but then also like will trade with like the dagger, or will get you like a backswing. So that might only be a clean rod, but Like you could just do a lot of shit and feel very comfortable, just kind of like running around them and like just trading with the dagger and winning the trades with the dagger, and then
Mm.
just throwing out flaming strike when you get to their back.
Kirk
Okay.
asks, how does Milady do against TS? I don't think Amy's had the pleasure of trying it much.
I did once. I played very little of this DLC, but I do remember playing a few duels. I think I did TS into LGS, and I'm pretty sure TS definitely dominates that matchup. Like I think early into the DLC, I think I realized that Milady might be not nearly as good as people thought it might be, and
Mm.
then it's turned out that it's a lot weaker. Actually, I think it's just got some limitations. Like I feel like if you get hit by like anything except for maybe the R2 um on Milady, then like you can just like mash with TS and take your turn and like win the trades. Technically Milady two-hand R1 should win with counter hits versus a TS R1, but like it's so strafable, so you can
Mm.
do just like a little tiny movement and then just like R1 again and you'll strafe it. Well, they'll just eat shit, you know?
Eat shit and die. I find with LGS, the longer we've played against it, so I was pretty terrified of it when it came out first. I think everyone was kind of a bit that way. But the longer it's been around and the more kind of used to it we've become, the less scary it's become because it's very predictable in what it can actually do. It has to initiate with
Yes.
those. It has to initiate with those R2s or jump R2s, and once you kind of figure that out, you get the spacing down, and then you just punish it. And TS is like excellent at getting those interrupts and stuff like that. So you can
Hmm.
completely disrupt their game plan. But either way, we do have Cassius rocking the stock once more on that 56 strength build versus Assay's straight sword. And a little bit of off shenanigans. Sword of Light, I believe it is, on both of them. And is that Sword of Dark? I'm not sure. Iconic Cassius hat, real and true. Do you have any kind of opening thoughts on this matchup, Amy?
Well, it's PSS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can definitely win. Uh, just depends on how patient and good the TS player is at like navigating it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because PSS doesn't have the same options to force stuff that it used to. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think in 1.10 it had the croucher one, that broken one.
Mm-hmm.
But now it doesn't have that anymore. So it's really just like a keep out and with Punisher tool. You really can't have like any real offense that will kill someone for, running away.
Interesting. Well, we have both of our players in. Amiwa. Amiwi. Give me the shout in.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
And so we have it. The physics. Assay going for that immediate buff there, getting that extra little bit of faith damage on top of that as well. And he's going to move in. Cassius here playing that longer neutral here, going for that whiff punish attempt there. Punish the spacing, but Assay is just there to press. Of course, Straight Sword's not really having a great means of whiff punishing or punishing pretty much anything TS does outside of maybe the jumping attacks, possibly?
Running R2.
Yeah, the
Oh,
running
wait,
R2, and you have to be quick on that as well, to be fair. Most of the recovery on the top meta makes PSSS struggle very, very hard as we see that run R2 come out there, try and get that punish. But Assay is just getting a little bit over enthusiastic about the spacing there and going to force a roll out there from the side of Cassius. But you might be able to roll it, but if you try and whiff punish it, it's going to be rough, as both players now are relatively even within about 200 HP of each other here as that run attack comes out there. L1 there from Kilo, but Cassius not quite able to get those roll catches in, unfortunately. Good punishes here as that L1 comes out there from the side of Assay, but unfortunately Cassius is gone. Very, very tight spacing there on the side of Assay, but just getting those
Failed
neutral
reaction.
hits. Oof.
There we go. Good whiff punish. And see that Ace has the health lead. Cassius was playing pretty well otherwise, but the amount of damage is closing it pretty fast.
PSSS still hits pretty hard. I think people do
Oh.
forget that. And that was actually an interesting interaction there. What
Yep,
the hell?
Jump immunity. I'm not sure if Cassius could have rolled out there.
Oof.
Oh, failed whiff punish attempt.
Oh, and the Stormblade
There.
punishing the jump.
Jump.
Very, very nice. Yo, and then Cassius takes it. Which is that, just a little bit of an extra... Giving a little bit of extra oomph at the end there and got the point. Yeah, I find... So the only part of this matchup that I really, really know, like, I'd say inside out, is the PSSS side of it. And it is rough, not being able to whiff punish people. But with some good movement, some very, very tight spacing, and some decent enough mind games, like you condition them to roll constantly with the on the L1, and you can kind of sometimes get them to try and press a little bit early, and then I can actually get a punish on them. So you go for you go for a whiff punish attempt in the L1 9 times out of 10, and then that last one, then you just like wait for the CL1 or the rolling L1 to come out, and then you can finally get a hit in on them. It's rough. Yeah. It's very, very rough matchup though. Like TS definitely has the advantage, but PSSS can definitely do it with some smart plays. But ERPVP, give me the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one here as well. But we see Ase here doing a really good job keeping it even. And those new Swords of Light, they hit like an absolute truck of the waggles. Like, oh, you didn't hit me, did you? Thank you. Oh. And that's TS doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You just... The shoot and scoot set up, really.
Yeah. With PSSS in this matchup, you basically need to play solid, and then, just try to exhaust the opponent, like, mentally, from just, not attacking it and trading with the L1, or... like being whiff punished, don't like mash second R1, anything like that. But like the other opponent is like locked in and patient, like yes should win most of the time.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to do those. Running R2 can give pretty good results in this matchup because it can trade with an L1 and actually win out in damage with the trade combo, but it's very risky because if you miss it, then it's such a punishment and damage.
And we see here Ase is struggling here, and this here he's just getting chipped down slowly but surely. Like it is really, really hard. Like I know myself, like you have to basically sweat your bollocks off to make sure that it actually like you're actually able to get those hits in and kind of mind game them into making those mistakes that you can take advantage of. Now that run R2 is very much your win condition in this matchup. If they don't go for that run R2 though, you're kind of stuck with, can I catch them trying to space when they ought to have rolled? That's literally all it is. It's like every other opportunity then, or if they do, and the rare occasions they do decide to mash, actually like punishing the far. But even then, R1, the chances are they're still going to be gone. It's going to be Cassius taking the second round though.
Yeah, they've been like only within a gap of like 400 HP though, so Ace could definitely sway one of these.
Yeah, we'll see. And look, the sportsmanship from the side of our buckler hat man. Powerful. My beloved indeed. Cassius stoic in the face of the compliments. All right, ladies and gents, to the 3, 2, 1. Let's get this show on the road. LA. Me, oh my, physics. Cassius actually getting the spacing nice in that.
You can get through it, I believe. It's just a bit scary to do so.
You can definitely get in there. You can definitely like move in and do what you need to do. Oh, that was actually a very nice move there from Cassius there. The block cancel, getting that interrupt.
The thing is that when TS hits PSSS, it can always match out and interrupt like the TS. Unless there's a legacy, then it will trade. But you're seeing here Ace actually being interrupted before they get their L1 out, and that's because if you're not ready to do that mash, then you might as well just back off because you're not gonna have enough time to actually interrupt, right?
Yeah. Oof, that was
But
tragic. But go
if
on.
your reactions are good, then you should never let a TS player take their turn after hitting you.
Like we're seeing here, Ase stuck in the corner there again. Even though the backswing isn't always the smartest thing to do on the TS, given the amount of pressure Ase was in there, that corner pressure was nasty from the side of Cassius. But it is still a PSSS, and as we see there, you do not want to move into its space. Owie. As you see, Cassius very much evening this out now.
Running R2, yep.
Oh, nice rolling R1 there. Comes out there from the side of Cassius as well, which is pretty nice, Sue.
Running R2.
You can smell it! There's blood in the water and Amy knows they're coming. Holy shit! Is it like a patience thing, or is it just like they just want you see neutral has gone on for 0.10 nanoseconds too long as together? They're gonna run it.
No, okay. It's a couple things, but like you can like catch on to the players' habits, like their movement habits before it, like seeing them trying to get the spacing they like, right? It's almost like a bit of like emoting, you know.
The tells on people are always very funny, regardless of either the game or the sport or whatever. Everyone has them, as Ase has the one where he just, like, bonks poor Cassius on the head. Owie. Oof. That was some really nice pressure, though, from the side of Cassius. Beautiful whiff punish attempt there, but unfortunately, Ase was
running
just...
I've gotten too bold.
Memeing too close to the sun, my dear.
Yeah, like that. Like that is Cassius clearly trying to communicate that they're actually gonna do that, right? It's almost like an attempt to like tell the opponent, I'm like mixing you up here. You should be scared, right?
Oh, and the sword of light comes out, and Cassius isn't quite able to get away from it. Oh no! Both sides.
Now it's actually kind of neck and neck.
What Ase could do here
One
is
hit away.
Ase could quite literally go for a free aim here to try and get the early hit on the PSSS. Just a little bit. All he needs is just that extra, like, I was going to say half frame, but that's a copy pasta for another time. But just get that extra half a second quicker might just make the difference here. But he's in the corner. Cassius keeping up that pressure. Uh-oh.
Takes only one whiffed running R2.
Or just like a pivot in neutral.
Do it.
A pivot from neutral here. Could be enough. Wait, can Cassius turtle poke him?
I don't think.
Oh my god!
Oh, and the half hit. Unfortunately, I don't know if even if a full L1 would have killed there. But well played.
Damn close. Holy sheesh.
Yeah, those were some good matches.
Well,
I think Cassius played really well there.
Well played, well played. Alright, well I still don't hear from... Have I heard from Nex yet? No. I'm just going to take the liberty and remove Nex from the bracket. That's unfortunate. I was hoping I'd see him today. Hopefully we'll be able to reactivate him later on. But with him gone and everyone now here, looks like it's going to be myself and Ase. Then following then will be Cassius and Griff. Then myself, Griff, Ase and Shu. Then Shu, Cassius, Ase and Griff. Nice. Good fights, dear friends. Ase, but yeah, we both played very, very well there. That last match was an absolute nail-biter. Holy moly. Holy moly. Alright, let me get my stuff set up then. And also, hello, Turquoise. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier on. And then Ase. Nice. Up again, Ase. Alright, let me just communicate with the players. What's going on? It is dropped. The looks of things. Alright, cool. No area is only permanently ruined by your lack of greetings, nothing too concerning. Fuck. Alright. Okie dokie. Alright, get all of this stuff back up. Wish a bit of practice. Nice. Where is the things? Cheat engine. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Nice. Okay. So another question then. What is the roughest matchup for TS right now? Or like before pre-DLC at the very least?
Yeah, like I wouldn't know DLC exactly, especially in the current state, because VHS has gone through a lot of nerfs and whatever, right? So it's hard to comment on that, but the one I definitely was never the most comfortable with was fists, right?
Yes.
I thought at some point that it actually wasn't too bad because I'd always like, have a pretty good time for even in friendlies. But then I fought Mag in tournament and then I realized like, wait a minute, like they don't need to attack first. Right? And he just like ran me into the corners with poison, right? It's like, you know, he could running R1 at any time, and that's pretty scary. But if he stood out of the range of my R1, then I couldn't just like R1 them at any time. And then at the same time, if I whiff, and they running R1 in, and it's pretty scary. There's like a lot of reasons, like post that set, I realized that I was doing wrong. Like I was not doing my side rolls properly versus fists.
Yes.
There's a lot to that, but yeah, I definitely never figured out the fist matchup.
I have watched so many tournaments where I've seen people, especially we'll say middle of patch 110, and obviously things are a little bit different now, but towards the middle of 110 I noticed a lot that people would be on fists and winning into TS, and then all of a freaking sudden they'd swap over to Shamshir and just get bodied repeatedly. I'm not entirely sure what was going on. Was it just not clear to them that Fist was really doing a hell of a lot of work? But that Shamshir swap, I've seen Bevan do it an awful lot, and some of the NA brackets has always perplexed me just a smidge.
Like the sham to fist thing?
From starting out on Fists doing really well, and then midway through the bracket they'll just stay on Shamshir. It's always confused the fuck out of me.
And does who wins?
It's usually the TS wins after they go for the Shamshir swap. Usually.
In my opinion, like the sham matchup with TS was always TS favorable until like 100 MS or so. Then it got a bit more ambiguous because of the lat.
Well, that trades. Okay. Oh, we've like sub 20 ping. That's fucking amazing.
Well, where'd all your health go?
I made some very critical errors.
Yeah, you gotta take some notes from Cassius.
Yes. And just not walk into PSSS.
You have to play outside of its range. Don't get finished off by the...
I didn't. It wasn't a flawless fuck you. That's not, we re-rolled that one. Re-rolled that one. Jesus Christ. Alright. But yeah, that was always one of those things that really confused the fuck out of me, is that one swap in bracket. It never made sense. It never seemed to work out. I think the finals between yourself and Shield Poke were a very fun example of that. Because like you both played absolutely cracked as well, to be fair. And those matches were very, very close, but yeah, it was kind of... But that was an interesting one. That was an interesting period. We'll say the 2023 closing FOC periods. So I'm kind of curious. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Why did you ban Great Shield Tally, Enda? Because shields are about as entertaining to watch as watching paint dry, Shu.
You not be in your menus. Also, oh my god.
My lord.
Like, it's not gonna bite you. You don't need to panic roll. There you go, good punish.
Probably could have. I don't think mash was a good idea there.
Doing the stagger R1, I'd only do it when you think you caught them off guard, right? And they're not gonna mash fast enough.
That was a misinput on fork.
Jump.
No, where did my roll go? It was very weird.
Good. I'd get out of the corner here.
You can sing it.
Okay. Wow, that lad is pretty fine.
It is. Be nice. Okay. It happens.
Good.
I was expecting mash. I don't know why.
Even then, you would have kept priority, but it's okay if you don't know the timing.
It's not over. No, the trade! Fuck. Thought I'd get the interrupt on that. That's on fork, bestie. Alright, 2-0. 2-0. And RAR. Well, it's either that or you risk it, Shu. I mean, I think most people agree that shields are pretty toxic in Elden Ring. Especially given that in my lower power level rule set, and considering shields are bugged and seamless, I think that it's more than fair to just get rid of them. DS2 had an awful lot of its shields banned. Like, I think that's a thing that people forget. It's like shields were about as obnoxious, with slightly less counterplay in Dark Souls 2, and most of them had most of that banned as well. So I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's a bit cringe, so I get rid of it. Simple as. Simple as. Brexit geezer loves his country, loves his wife. Go on.
I think you could definitely have some practice into this matchup, largely where, like, you just kind of try to survive. Or just like get a feel of the movement and rolls you need to just, you know, never really feel like uncertain around PSSS.
Oh, stupid.
Too much keep out. Playing right into it. Too much keep out and pressure.
Do you get the
You need to do more of the do nothing, where you wait for them to swing.
Swing first, lose first? Real?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a basic thing. You go in and out of that, but you haven't really gone in out of that yet, where you're just like waiting for them to swing. You're kind of largely in the keep out and pressure zone.
No, I didn't. I was just outside of that range.
Yeah, that was good with punish.
But I mashed.
And then they got the mash. Keep out. Pressuring you.
Yeah.
Good with punch here.
Oh. I'm still alive. No. GG's, friend. Today is not the day on Fork. Alright, Ase takes the win in a 3-0 sweep. Alright, now it's going to be Cassius versus Gryffindor. I'm excited for this one. This should be a pretty interesting fight. We'll see what filth Gryffindor has in order for us. Griff. Alright. Are there any from the? I know you're kind of been on the outside for the last while, Amy, but I am curious. Is there any mage shenanigans that you've kind of been curious why people aren't using more, or is it?
Um, Probably whatever Lucy's been using.
Yeah.
Like that great golden arc shit is kind of crazy. And maybe like a couple other spells, maybe, but like just a couple things that seem to like complement the already existing like mage spells, right?
Mm.
But yeah, I'm yet to see it used like to a way or to an extent where it's like actually caught my interest. Like, hey, is there an actual working game plan here that
Mm.
doesn't end up as like a like 2-8 matchup into melee?
Yeah. The funny one that I've noticed a fair bit has been the funniest thing for me personally anyway, is that Lucy's basically come to the exact same conclusion as everyone else has about Mage, which is it loses 90% of the time against like the top meta, but it punches down super hard, and the Luber build from eons ago is still the top build. That's
Yeah,
the catch fling, the catch flame sling, the catch sling, if you will, is like pretty nasty.
it can whip people pretty hard for just not knowing what you're throwing at them. It's like you start casting something with a big special effect. They have no idea like when or what is going to hit them.
Yeah.
Especially with the DLC, with how like complex. Like you see Lucy use the fucking spell that like rains down a bunch of shit, and then it has like a delayed fire effect. Like,
Yes.
how are you gonna like intuit that, right?
I think what mages should really do is cycle over the course of tourneys onto different things and see how many people they can catch with like weird stuff. I think that's the play.
Yep.
But
Psychometrics.
but few people who do that. So anyway, sorry. Either way, we have both of our players in emoting very emotively. It's Shakespeare out there, for ladies and gents. Do have both of our players. Amy, give me the count in at your leisure.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
You see, this is why they pay me the big bucks, because we have it exactly timed right. There we go. But we do have the physics, we have the phalanx. And Cassius just kind of walks at him. That's pretty impressive, as we do have the rain of stars.
Yep, Stormblade. This is where like this spell kind of gets countered a bit, where you have Stormblade to still hit their buffs or whatever they're using inside there. Oh, and it stuns into the comet, and then it roll catches with another comet.
Oh no!
This is brutal. Basically earning back all the damage that Riff got there. You could have definitely Stormbladed that.
I think there was a little bit of manners involved after the emotional devastation, Amy. Jesus.
Yep, there we go. There you got it. After getting those 3 glint blades off, oh my god, okay, that has no range. Okay, I think Cassius will notice Stormblade. Oh, but it trades with a comet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The comet came out there was actually kind of smart, expecting Cassius to kind of panic a small bit, but that charge comet there is going to be taken out into that running attack into the block cancel R1.
GG. Well, you know what's really annoying?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they nerfed the already pretty shit like invisibility spell just because like people were complaining about like blind spot and iframes, and they just assumed anything that wasn't a roll that had iframes is like evil and like broken. And they saw like 1 or 2 interactions with like the fucking teleport spell and assumed it was like completely broken. But like literally, like you saw there, Griffin teleported in, and you just literally attack, and then it punishes him for it. Like I have not seen like the original version at all be demonstrated of like the theory crafting I had for it, which like requires like probably a lot more practice and a lot more shit with it. And even then, like, I don't think it pans out. It just doesn't look like it has the
You
specs for it to
don't
like work that way.
understand, Amy. Scott Jones saw into the Matrix, okay? He understood what was going on. I'm sorry. Either way, we do have both of our players before I get both of us into trouble. Give us the count at your leisure.
3, 2, 1.
Some things could have been slow cooks for sure. I think with some stuff, but even when that was unnerfed, I didn't see that there was very much issues with it. It was very much kind of a funny knowledge check that would have caught people once. That took away a kind of cool concept from mages, but mages kind of obnoxious at the moment. So I can kind of imagine, I can see why people would be cautious about slow burners with those setups.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was basically Scott's take, if I recall correctly, right? Like, that it's, like, probably not good, and, you know, there's, like, obvious kind of, like, counterplay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people are overreacting. Like, that's what I got from that video when I remember watching it.
Oops. Blink Bolt is another one I'm waiting to see people do some good stuff. That was a really good flask. Holy shit.
It's almost a similar, like, concept, I think, for how you would utilize it. Oh my god.
That was damage.
Why did you trade into that twice? Okay. Health advantage here on Griff.
Oh, not for very long, though. Oh, my god, the teleport completely!
Did you see the startup of it? Like, I'm pretty sure that's not the part that got its iframes taken away. Like, see that? It's just so obvious.
Oh my god. These are some really nice phalanxes from Griff now, to be fair. He's getting them off pretty consistently, but he's very nearly dead! He needs a phalanx. He needs a comet. He needs a comet to land, like, now. And he might be able to win this, because I'm not sure if he has Cassius. Cassius has Blue Feather up now, but it's not going to matter. Ugh.
Unlucky.
Unfork, bestie.
Yeah. It's like one thing to get the glint blades off, but you need to be able to do something with it. But yeah, Blink Bolt, it's like a similar concept where like it gets beaten if they just Blink Bolt in, because you can just on reaction just press and basically interrupt them out of it. And I don't know if they can even roll on that timing. But the concept you would do is where you would Blink Bolt to the side, and then when they would do their like attempt to interrupt, that would whiff, and then you'd whiff punish. But I don't know if it's even fast enough to work like that, right? And then once you've conditioned that enough, then maybe they'll actually be scared of pressing. So then sometimes you'll actually Blink Bolt in, and then you get pressure off of that, right? Since you can like immediately R1 or whatever.
Marco's done
some. Like, a little chip.
Marco's cooked really hard with Blink Bolt and done some really interesting stuff with it. And I think it's PSSS is one of the things that he's doing with it. It gives you a really good pressure window into certain setups, but it's going to be matchup dependent. So, it's hard to tell. But either way, give us the count in.
All right, on 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Headshot. As we are going to see the physics. As we are going to see some little carrying glint blades.
Do this into Star Shower and actually might be terrifying. Oh, yeah, like that. That was like the Beaving classic. I don't know why Griffin doesn't do that more.
Can we bring back Bevan Mage? Can we do that? Can we all collectively decide?
I think he'd rather do something I can't say on stream before doing that.
I'll never forget, I was very excited to see him go Bevan Mage at a tourney last year, and all he just responded with, "I'm never doing that again." Why? Why did I do that to myself?
See, like that was probably trying to do that concept, but you need pretty, like, precise, like, things to go kind of precisely as you imagined.
Griff currently has that life lead as well, and that one could have been devastating.
Yep. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Bit late on that Stormblade though. Almost managed to land it. Ooh, that's gonna be nasty if Cassius does the corner. Oh my god, that comet was beautiful!
That his Stormblade?
That interrupted
Oh,
the Stormblade, yeah.
Storm. Yep, here we go. Ninja should have done a bit earlier. Connect with the
Slicer. And Cassius.
Ooh, bold play, but yeah, good punish.
I mean, if it worked, it's Jover for Griff, right? But oh, Cassius takes it. Cassius takes it.
Has Cassius dropped a round in this whole thing?
Let me actually check. I can check very quickly. Where is that fucker? Hasn't. 3-0 versus myself. 3-0 versus Assay. And now 3-0 into Griff. Oh dear, oh dear. Not a single round dropped. Cassius is on fire today. Has Cassius overcome the EU mental, Amy? Is that what we're saying here? Is that possible?
I don't know about that.
Well, folks, we are just going to take a very quick break, though. But Amy, before we do go, what has been your favorite fight so far?
It might have been the ones with Cassius versus Ace.
Pretty darn
those
good.
ones were so close.
Very, very close rounds. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see some close matches in matchups that shouldn't be that close. It's always very entertaining for me. So that was nice to see. But any closing thoughts before we go on our break, Amy?
It's also nice to see when there's a matchup that, should totally go one way and it completely goes the other way. I'm not naming any names
We're
here.
We're going to go
but...
on break real quick. I love and appreciate you. I'll see you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Looks like it's going to be a short one today, folks. As we did have one drop, unfortunately. But myself and Amy are back, and I'm about to experience the majory.
I mean, everybody else has passed, basically, right? Against Griff.
Don't
surely.
don't put the pressure on me. Don't no, Amy, please. I'm a cry. Oh shit! I need to swap over to V1.
I can't play for next because of hand issues, unless I can like puppet someone, and have that count as me playing.
We can, yeah, we'll have someone else come in here. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll get that Amy character back in bracket another time. Don't worry. Oh no, is this? Oh. Oh. Oh.
PTSD. Oh, okay, that's a different spell. Tiny bit of chip damage. Oh, and okay, don't run into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
Should have beast ward there. Yep.
I forgot I had it. Okay, don't judge me.
What's up with the health bars?
Are they messed up?
Yeah,
Oh,
your
it's
health
messed up.
says 327.
I do not have 327 at the very least. It's not quite that bad. It's not quite. I'll fix it down in a second.
Beast ward through this.
Oh, that actually traded?
Traded. Oh.
Oh, that is a lot of damage. Nope, GG's. Unfork. That's Griff 1. Let me fix the overlay. I don't know why it decided to brick like that. What? Oh, there we go. I was on the wrong me. I was on the wrong me. You hate to see it. There we go.
You should try a bit more of that running down thing.
It worked well. I just keep walking into dumb shit. I don't know what's on me today.
Yeah, like once it's at like the neutral range or whatever, like Griff keeps throwing out those running slicers or whatever, which, I mean, you could technically trade with. It's just
I should be able to win those trades, shouldn't I? No.
Yeah, you might lose on damage,
but I win the interaction. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you just keep like moving forward and like using R1, so then like, they're not going to be comfy.
Uncozy.
Beast Roar. Okay. I don't get hit by those comets. Nice strafe. Yep, keep running. Oh, you have to get out of this. Beast Roar this. Okay.
There we go. How big is that?
Not that big.
Too early. No.
Yep, there you go.
No, I was. Oh.
I wouldn't use Beast Roar on prediction.
I just have to do it in reaction, is it?
Yep. You're gonna get hit by the.
Oh, you got hit by that instead.
Keep going down here. Rolling, yep. Oh, you might actually be getting input drops there.
Something is going up. I'm very confused as to why I'm having those issues. Nice.
Go, get out of there, get out of there.
No. GG's. Oh. I'm going. What's happening there? Well, one of the many things that's going wrong there is I'm going for the run R2, and I should be just keeping up the pressure. I'm actually losing pressure off of those run R2s. I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, like Griff is not gonna mash there. Like,
Yeah.
Slicer's really bad at mashing. Because there's like a slower cast speed. Also, the input drops I'm talking about, if you aren't stunned by an attack, if you're not staggered, then if you do like a roll input or an attack input around that time, it can drop. So just like mash harder if you mash a Slicer, if I'm being honest. Literally just fucking, you know.
It always feels weird when an input drop happens because it's like my character jerks around the place when it happens. It's always like really weird. It's just a mental
your
thing.
character's not doing
what you think I should be doing.
To do.
I forgot how fast Slicer was.
And like post coming out of an interaction where you want to use your menu, don't immediately do it. Like wait for them to like, because they will take advantage of that.
Yeah, I felt the input drop there. That was weird. And I don't know why it happened.
Good. Oh.
What?
Oh, roll back stab. Oh, okay. That takes you away from the mage, and be sure.
I actually meant to unlock and go closer to him.
Yep.
There we go. Alright, we got it. Jesus. Is my talismans fixed again? They are. Okay. Jesus. Alright, I didn't lose all of my matches this tourney. Let's go! We're gaming! Holy shit. I'm gonna go for a walk after this today, I think. Jesus.
Yeah, sounds like you need one.
What? Okay. You're supposed to go, no, you're doing fine. I thought that was like the really helpful, optimistic. No, let's go get them, team. No?
No.
I hate you, Amy. I hate you so fucking much. Oh. Alright.
I mean, it's like when your friend's like, you know, drunk, like, do you give them the keys? Like, no.
I thought we get the wall bounce there. That's on Fark. Why am I not pressing? I'm so stupid.
The mage blending, the mage vortex, the waggle.
That works. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a. I'm pretty sure Griff won on that. Running R1. You see like the little turnaround shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's basically a whiff punish.
You want it, but that's okay. I'll take it.
It works as a keep out and a whiff punish.
What? Oh.
Holy shit, that damage. Yeah, basically when you see them like put out their hands, then it's time to like run back and roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got it. We're still in that. Oh.
Nope, not running R2. Daring strafes.
But you have to believe. And there we go.
Oh, that caught. There you go.
Oh, match point. Maybe you should say mean words to me more. Maybe that's what I actually need. That wasn't a challenge, by the way. That was for you going, no, I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe negative reinforcement's the way.
What do you think, chat? This is a really important question. Weirdo! Thanks, Jack. What's up, Engie Flame? How goes it?
I mean, we're on Twitch. Like, that's kind of the rule to bully the streamer, right?
It is part of the agreement. I did have to write in blood. It's like I accept the chat is going to be mean to me forever.
Exactly.
I thought that was a Hellraiser reference. Average strength enjoyer. What? Okay. EP. What? Okay. No. That caught?
See, that's where you need the movement. It's slow enough that if you keep doing staggered R1s, they should never be able to get it out. You gotta be confident on those.
No. Oh, I was out of stam.
You know, if they didn't have like the vertical dead swims thing and you aimed it like slightly down, then that could hit.
Oh, that is damage. No shot. GG's. Rar him. GG's, Griff.
Sweep.
Clean. Trust. Didn't drop a stock. We're pro. Alright. Jesus. Alright. So what is the score here? Gryffindor 2-3. There we go. Alright. And then after this now, it's going to be Assay versus Shu. I'm excited for that one. There we go. Assay. Voices. Shu. Shu. Griff's playstyle scares the living hell out of me. It's interesting. And he got away with murder there and I let him. It's very on fork. What do I need to do here? I agree wholeheartedly, Amy. Although my week of work is nearly done. There we go. And then we do this. Nope, wrong one. Oh, there we go. So, Shu is blue. Let me just ash. Shu. No, wait, never mind. Add assay. I'm stupid. GG's. Is assay gonna... do you reckon assay is gonna stick to the PSSS here? He might actually do, if that's kind of what he's feeling today.
Yeah. Probably depends on comfort here.
I mean, he's been doing good with those Swords of Light. They're doing some pretty good work here, all things considered. Yeah. Best of 4 mages. Usual weak points is they're kind of close in the arena, but a good player with knowledge and magic on their side. That's another story. Yeah. I still think the best... I'm still fairly convinced the best mage that the game has seen so far is Lucy. I'm fairly certain of it. I don't think anyone is quite as consistent as she is.
Mm.
Has there been? I know Angres gets mentioned an awful lot, but I haven't had the pleasure of really seeing him play.
Um, it's kind of hard to judge because like most matches, and definitely like all my matches with them has been like 300 ms, and the gameplay kind of like really narrows down, and it's kind of really hard to take much from those matches.
Well, either way, Amy,
But you know how to play them.
we
Hmm.
do have both of our builds. Is there anything here that's interesting that you'd like to point out?
Why can't I see the other? Oh, it's because it's in another slot.
Yeah, I have no idea why it's busted. I have to get onto one of the lads to
I
fix
think it
this.
only shows 2 weapon slots is the issue.
Interesting.
Um,
I'll sort it out
may
again. I'll fix it up.
yeah. Okay. Well, staying on the PSSS versus Sham. Was that what was played last time? I thought it was TS.
Now, Shu's been on a combination of both Shamshir and TS the last while. Obviously, Ase is going to be rocking on that dual swords of light with the other. I said swords of dark. I can't tell what the other one is. Just
Well, I'm curious how Sham would play into this actually. It actually might be more troublesome for Ace. I've definitely seen a lot of people on PSSS struggle against Sham
uh,
because it has the kind of stun that locks your inputs for longer, or like prevents you from buffering inputs
mm,
for longer. But yeah, ready?
yeah, I'm ready. Give us a count in when you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
And there we have it. The bolt is out. The frantic backsteps there as Ase realizes he's actually up. As we have now both players, the Sword of Light Ash of War does come out here. Shu not going to be hit by it though. And one of the things I will say about Shamshir into PSSS is it is a winnable matchup for sure. The difference is that it's kind of a very similar thing to TS, where you don't really have very many punishment windows to actually like get those hits in. You have an awful lot of interrupts into the running R1, and you can kind of win off of that interaction. But Shamshir is so fast, you can just get out of 90% of things. It's a pretty messy. Like, look there, like 2 swings, and she's already gone. Like, it's pretty wild. And obviously, Ase here is a very competent player, so he kind of knows that. But he's still at a severe life disadvantage already. What, like 600 HP, and the match has barely started. Very nice
The
reserve.
interesting thing is you actually can mash and punish like like the Sham before it's able to roll, at least on low latency, but the timing for that, you have to mash absolutely perfectly, which is
Yes.
where the term perfect mash came from. Like I fucking made that term, and nobody wants to use it because of how fucking stupid it sounds, but it's like actually a fucking tech at this point because, you know, people don't utilize that as much as they should.
Yeah, and the problem is the Shamshir can do an awful lot of work to make sure that you don't want to mash into it because you can just roll out so quickly, right? It's maybe on this latency because you're on about what, like 30 ping here roughly. You might have some nice opportunities to get some stuff in, but man, that frame data is disgusting.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Yep, and the like actual moves of Shamshir are like pretty evasive. Like they move the character's model in such a way that yeah, like it creates a lot of habits.
Yeah. Oh, so that's why that happens. Okay, now I don't feel stupid. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I've played this matchup a fair bit. One of the matchups I've fought most for, I've fought Shu obviously a good few times on PSSS and to Shamshir. Crown King is another example during 1.10, who I fought a hell of a lot into it. It is doable. There are outplay potential where, but the Sham just has so many advantages. It's definitely an advantageous matchup here for the Sham, which is again it's an S tier. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it have advantageous matchups here? Just the win conditions become a little bit more
Hmm.
strained for the PSSS player. But either way, Mamua, give us a count in.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
All right, the bolt is out, and the sword of light goes burr. The
Like a little
fricking
mini game.
yeah, literally bullet hell Elden Ring edition. It's pretty nice. It's that kind of Michael Zaki fishing mini game mid match next time. I think would be a perfect fit for ER. But yeah,
The scary thing about this too is PSS, other than Godskin, doesn't really have any progress off of like a phantom hit, but Sham does.
And speaking of the Godskin, there's the proc for that. Good ballast though from the side of Ase there. That was tight. That was very, very nice. Yeah, and good interrupt there. Good read that they were going for that run attack there. Oh, but the half hit, as you mentioned it. Jump over the top there. Ase now going to have to find a way to get that ballast off. Chew waiting patiently, but look at that, the anti-air! That was rough. Very nicely done there. Good roll out there from the side of Ase. Could have potentially gone for a rolling R1, but in all honesty in this, you're not going to get much out of it.
Ooh, tried to go for a heavy punish there, but it just barely whiffed.
If Ase can keep getting the interrupts and the running attacks, this is going to be pretty soundly in the favor of Ase. Good whiff punish there as well, but I believe traded there at the end of that as well. And another ballast for free for Ase. And a spacing mistake.
Just barely clipping. I think she was within 2 hits here. Oh, Ace is within 1 hit here.
One trade and that'll do it here. Like 160. It's kind of hard to tell, especially if you get a half hit involved. It might be pretty rough. Look at that running attack for free there as well, and the backswing there just to try and punish.
Definitely Sham favored in this moment.
But and there you go.
Ooh.
That running attack, that follow up R1, getting that extra little bit of range, pretty nasty, just to catch Ase there in the end of it. Very nicely done from Shu. GG. No, good match. Very, very good match. Both of them. Most of Ase's matches that he's lost so far today have been really, really close. All things considered, like. Alright. Alright. Gotta pick up them souls. Sorry, runes. Alright, Amy, give us the count in again.
How would you counter Shams here? Probably a better setup and good mechanics, but yeah.
That is... you basically have to get solid reads in on when they're going to go for those running attacks and win your trades, basically, is your play. And the mashu!
See, this is where PSS wins.
Good jump R2 there, but from the side of Shu, but unfortunately, that is one of the very few things that PSSS can really guarantee a punish. Space advocating for a ban on PSSS. What is this DPS? Can we have some highlight message, Space Rangers in chat? Oh, the swap over to the dagger.
I mean, wasn't it Space that called PSSS associate weapon? Okay, this is probably a pretty good way to clear it out and take advantage of your health advantage.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Dagger two-handed, like Dagger R2s now are pretty bonkers. Let's be completely honest here. Like, has very similar properties to Sham, just not the range. And that guard counter has caught an awful lot of people as well. It's not the first time I've seen that land some pretty decent damage in bracket. Some very, very decent damage in bracket. Just that range, it kind of struggles against some of the longer setups, but again, you have like insane priority once you do get in. They have to respect it. But Amy, go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Oof.
Failed this sort of light minigame.
Minus 2 points. The checkers minigame is still in play, so we at least have that going for us. A little bit of mashing there in neutral, which is definitely not a bad idea. That trade, I didn't quite catch it. I believe it did. If so, that's not a terrible outcome here for Ase. Again, both players are 1800 to 1500, about 300 HP, and the difference, good. Shu's getting punished for these jumps a lot. I'm kind of curious as to what the notion is behind them, because I feel like Shamshir is a very grounded setup, and Ase is doing a good job of like creeping in underneath and getting the wrong side of her.
Well, sometimes those jumps can pan out, either from like a player happening to mash as they come down, and if it trades, then the Shamshir wins because it has damage level 2 and can get pretty nasty stuff off it. It can also true combo into the second R1. It's just like a pretty high reward, but I'd say pretty high risk. Like, you're kind of hoping that the opponent isn't going to suddenly run under you.
And as well as that, there you have, it's one of the very few things that PSSS can really punish on Sham pretty nastily. So it is high risk, high reward then. Oh, beautiful. Good read there from the side of Ase.
Yeah, Ace playing this pretty well. But that jump, see, like the reward, it's closing it in. Oh, but Shu failed to capitalize on the poison. Ooh, and running Shu down. Wow.
Very nicely stuff. Nice stuff. Yep, PSSS is still. People may dog on it. People may well dog on it, but PSSS is still a legitimate setup. It's just it's so crept by an awful lot of the stronger stuff. I'm still a good believer that PSSS can still do good work in brackets. It's just very, very difficult. Like, obviously it loses against most of the top stuff. The only one I don't know super well is Twin Blades because it hurts my brain. Broads my beloved. Yes, Ramen. But Amy, match point.
Yep.
Give us the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowy. Minigame. Are we going to get that point?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did it.
Yep. Oof. Jumping R2.
Half hit there. Very on fork for Ase. Although that will at least mean he does still have the CR1 in play, there, as I say it. But now he has to reset all of that. And again, interesting.
Oof. Shu really needs to be ready with the jump R2. Like, you're missing out on like 750 damage plus poison build up. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's something like that. Ooh, Ace going for these roller ones, but they're like the Sham is just outranging it.
Sham is doing some pretty serious work here, but looking at this here, 800 to 1200, you know.
Yeah, those two L1s were like able to close it. Just mashing into the string.
Yeah.
Is the issue, because PSS does keep absolute priority if it hits you cleanly with the first or second L1.
Bit of a trade here, leveraging that life advantage here as Ase. Good turnaround as well. Didn't want to get whiff punished there, which was very, very likely in that interaction. But Shu managing to get out of the corner. Ase, would it have been a good idea for Ase to actually stay in the corner there?
Oh, Ace was chipped. Thing is, when you block an attack, you don't get reset.
Ooh.
Oh, you got to be careful here. Ace is being punished for moving in too aggressively. You need to play some like whiff punish because Shamshir is pretty good at keep out.
Almost managing to land that guard counter there, but the R2 into the follow up.
There we go, good trade.
Shu's actually doing a really good job of closing this one out, but look at that there. They just have that dagger in your face, an unreactable attack. My god, evening it out.
Doing pretty good at like, oh my god.
The goat skin coming in clutch. Oh my god, Shu wins it!
The thing is, when you're blocking, even if you can poison attack, you're going to receive guard stun, right?
Mm.
So, you know, you need to know like a whole another set of interactions when you block something, right? Um, and with more latency, it allows the person attacking into your guard to get trades where they otherwise wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
So I think Ace was just a bit troubled around how to, actually chase down the sham there.
Yeah, it was. Fist swap would have won TBH. That is true. I like the idea of going into the shield, the dagger turtle. I actually think that's not a terrible idea. For like a last hit. And to be honest
You have
with
to be
you,
comfortable on it, though.
especially with that range difference, you have to be so careful. And especially when they're one hit at the end there, going for those free aims as well can be very risky because you can free aim the dagger so it hits just a little bit faster to try and get that last hit in. But if you overextend, it's GGWP and you end up eating no trade, no damage, GGWP, unfork bestie. Let me just ping Cassius, who is up. All right. Shu versus Cassius. This should be a good match because, again, I don't think Cassius he hasn't dropped a stock yet, has he?
No, not to my knowledge.
That's pretty funny. All right. And looking at the scorecard here so far, it does look as though it's going to be Cassius, Shu, and then it's a decision between whether or not it's Shu or Ase who's going to be in on this next one. Because the points difference currently, let me just quickly update that to me. 9 points for Cassius, 9 points for Shu, 5 points for Ase. That end of the line shitter tied with Gryffindor with 3 points each. And Nex, of course, not here on Fork Bestie. Alright, look at Keck. Oh. Micro skips aggressively towards you. Oh, I see that. Cassius. Oh no! Aggressively teleports towards you. Oh no.
Cassius, you might want to disconnect and reconnect your internet maybe.
Yeah, I think
pull the Ethernet plug in and out maybe to check
yeah,
you could establish a better connection.
The little bit of the waggle taggle let him play. Of course you would say that, Dark Soap. Of fucking course you would say that, Dark Soap.
Kind of saying facts.
What kind of facts, though, Amy?
I mean, like, have you ever thought about the possibility that one's net is just a extension of their skill expression?
Alter, why'd you have to ruin my meme? You actually ruined it.
I mean, like, you've seen the meme, right? You've seen the meme.
Wait, which you have to send this to me. Hang on a second. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Where is it? It's yeah, this one.
Here, I'm putting it. I'm putting it in Endicard, folks. Oh yeah, please do. That's power. That goes hard. I can
post in chat as well.
That goes very hard. Holy moly! I think the detailed topology bit is by far my favorite part. That's oof. Fuck's sake. Well, so good you're no longer shadow banned, Alter. We can read your copy pasta again.
Yeah, it's Egwu's connection on the left side. So, They really liked it.
All right, it does seem as though Cassius has fixed his issues in an unusual turn
One
of
may
events.
hope.
No lag
We are yet to
this
see.
day. Let's just take a quick peek at the
Paired
build.
Reapers.
What a mad lad. What a mad lad.
Paired Reapers still have... No, I think it was only 2 in that super armor.
Most of the time I end up losing to them, it's because I keep trying to strafe them and they keep dead angling and then I cry. That's usually what ends up happening.
They keep dead angling, or do you mean just like
free
flipping
aiming,
you on the side?
free aiming as well. There's an awful lot of free aiming you can do with stuff like that as well. With like the one-handed
Yeah.
side, that's a little bit different.
The fucking for some reason, dead angle just like became synonymous with angle for like anything related to angles.
I have no idea why, but it's gotten me into so much fucking trouble with the DS1 lot as well. So, you know, what can you do? But Amy, for this
Like
first...
words used to mean things. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Back in my day. Alright, well, we are going to see the double scythe greased up and ready to go. Oh. Oh my god!
I think the issues may have not ceased. I was kind of half hoping Shu would just explode the moment the connection reestablished. Okay, well, no harm's done. Let's just hope it stays.
I think we play this one out and then we move on to the
Why
next
is there
one.
blocking happen?
The carrier pigeons delivering the packets are kind of messing up a small bit. Okay, that's what's going on.
Are you
here.
allowed to do that? Are you allowed to do 2-hand attacks with 2 weapons at a time?
Oh no, Shu's terrified! Okay. No! Cassius, play it out!
It's hilarious.
Oh my god. I think blocking with the... two-handing
With the
your...
offside.
the offside.
I was just like... I actually didn't react to it for a moment. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't TS3.
Oh no, the two-handed side gets some good damage in there. Yeah, I'm really hoping Shu explodes one of these seconds. I actually kind of hope that would be a great way to end this. Holy shit.
Ooh, backswing. Yeah, but no stun because... But yeah.
Cassius is poisoned. That's not great. Oof. And then it's Jover. Alright.
Over.
So what we're gonna do here...
I mean, you won, so you, like...
Alright. Alright, what do we do here?
I mean, if Cassius's connection acting up leads to an interaction where Shu gets hit where they clearly shouldn't have, then you can give the round to to Shu, assuming Cassius wins. That's how I kind of proceed with it. Unless the connection is like so bad that like maybe we should just like, you know.
It's playable just occasionally. If you're happy with that, then fair play. We'll play this one out. I don't think it's gonna... It might affect finals, though. We might have to call it after this if Cassius's connection continues being a little bit fucky. Because as it stands right now, it's Shu in first place, Cassius in second. Cassius in first, Shu in second. So it could be relevant after this, but we'll see what happens. Either way, let's crack on.
3, 2, 1.
Alter says let him play because it's funny to see him block power stance. This is also true.
No, the funniest part for me was just doing like 2-hand attacks with like 2 sides held together. Oh, health stock. Man, it's on occasion that you see that.
Hey, listen, Hall stock is still Bay, okay? Even if there are better options. Oof.
Yeah. There will always be a place in my heart for it.
I think what we need to see is
Look
we
at
need
that.
to see a tournament that is. Oh, that was beautiful strafe in there.
Lord is Slash.
Interesting choice here from the side of Cassius.
I mean, like technically, Cassius could like hard read, like trade with it, but it's yeah, it can be strafed. It like has a pretty narrow window to actually like get that off. It's like roll punishable, you know,
Oof.
especially against something with recovery like this. Not the play, I don't think.
Not going for
You want to
the.
stick to your regular moves.
He's also Shu's not going for the funny. Cassius, sorry, isn't going for the funny roll out, roll in tech against spin slash, which is kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Which is a really, really nice addition to the game now. I actually think it's really funny, and it boggles my mind that it took us this long to figure out you could do stuff like that.
Yeah, well, spin slash wasn't really relevant until 1.10 because poise breakpoints.
Cassius with the swap over to Red Feather here could even this. Oh my god! Speaking of evening it out, whew, 2-0 in the favor of Shu.
Mm-hmm. It's still first to 3, right?
Yep,
Match point.
match point for Shu.
Man, I keep thinking about the fucking power stance but two-hand scythe. Because it just looks... Like, that's gotta hit pretty hard, right? That kind of actually just goes hard, right?
I mean, if you do strap two sides together, that would hit twice as hard, right? It has to.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, it's kind of like, you know, those moves on Ring Knight paired greatswords in DS3 where they, like, hold the swords together and do one big swing, you know?
I think we should sticky tape more swords together. I think that's the play here moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
As it seems that Cassius is proposing to Shu. Turned down, evidently. Now they must fight. Alright! Give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowing. Cassius is just rearing to go here.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, it seems the connection issues have ceased for now.
Don't. The caster's curse is so real, Amy. Don't play with fire.
Definitely not purposely jinxing it.
No! I don't want to see power. I don't want to see. The off stock. The off stock doing a halberd attack. That sounds terrifying to me. Oh, chilling out here in neutral. Cassius taking a little bit of extra hit here. Shu's the first one to actually take a round off of Cassius full stop here in this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty damn impressive with those.
Oh, nice trade comp. Like, yeah, Cassius like definitely performs well. Like, you just like see that. Like, I think this setup is one Cassius might have the most hours on, to my knowledge.
It definitely shows. I've done the mirror into him, and it is utterly terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. His hall stock is really, really formidable. And look at that, the ballast for free here. Shu's been letting that happen a lot here in this tournament so far. Oof. Oh, tries to mash into
Excellent
it, but that's stock.
Yeah, Hell stock has always been the kind of setup where, like, technically, even though you have harder hitting things that could like mash into it or, you know, poise the off stock or whatever, right? Like, even when it poised broken 3, like, people were still using it. It's just like kind of the weapon that, like, you know, players can almost like autopilot when they're used to it and just like go forward and kill you, and it's like terrifying, right? And you basically just have to take the mixes.
Yeah. And you always have that halberd in your back pocket just in case they do decide to go for a silly mash or whatever. It's always there. It keeps it. It is very, very weak to just pure rushdown. If they just don't care about the fact that they're getting hit by a stock, you're kind of like, you get paralyzed and pushed around a lot. But you can do work. You can definitely do work with hold stock still to this day. But either way, match point for Shu. Cassius crawling back. Amy, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Kaboom, kabam, kaplowy.
Honestly, I think also off stock is harder to react to than to end stock, personally.
It's very, all of the offhands are very, very similar. Oh, look at that there. That's what I mean. Like, if someone decides to mash into you, you have so many options into them. And Cassius is winning it. Those counter hits are just doing so much work here. And he's not even on spear tally. That's wild to me. Like, Shu's down 1,000 HP here.
Yep. Like, look at that.
Yep.
Wait, does Shu have the poise to tank it? No.
Oh, no bull goats.
No bull goat. Oh, this is... Just fucking jumps up, puts on like a invisibility cloak. That's one way to play.
Oh, the swap over onto the great... Oh. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Shu.
Actually, should probably stay on house stock. But
just invisible again. Oh my god. Oh, I love Seamless so much.
This is normal. This happens on vanilla all the time. It's just related to jump attacks.
I have never actually seen this happen in the arena.
Occasionally, like, I still don't know exactly what creates it, but just occasionally when someone will do a jump attack, on your screen they'll T-pose for a moment, and that will cause the armor disappearance. It's still a mystery of, like, how exactly it works. Ooh.
Oh, those trades.
Oh, and that trades. Oh, and we're up to a match point.
Match point once again. Holy moly. I think if Ase gets a clear sweep here, it might be a tied for second place. I think. No, actually, never mind. That can't happen.
Yeah.
So, looks like it's going to be a rematch then between Shu and Cassius for the finals.
If who wins?
If either of them win, it's going to be a rematch by the looks of things.
I see. Yo, bro, lie down, bro.
Maybe it's only for us.
No, it seems.
No, what?
Cassius is. Oh, they didn't lie down for long enough.
You need to lie down for a bit more. Oh.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That works. Thanks, Shu. What has happened again? No way! What?
Okay, Shu, please listen to my instructions. So do a Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's one way to do it.
What? How?
No, don't, Enda, don't take your eyes off Shu.
What, if I can't see her, she's not there. Is that what happens here?
No, like you take a look away and then the chest disappears so you can't see how it happens.
Alright, Cassius, is Cassius having problems? I'm confused. What's happening here? Alright, into your corners then. Alright. This game is goated. So true. Alright, Amy, match point. Give us the count in, bestie.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, kaboom. Bolt out. Physics drunk. Both players are going to be hot on each other's heels here as they are going to see that TS into Shamshire, but the trades. And Cassius seemingly...
It's starting to look like Shield Poke versus me.
Alright. The classic matchup.
Yeah, and then just the constant trading.
Yeah, looking at this here, we're going to see that run R1. Oh.
And punish.
Shu managing to just about get out of that one.
Extremely fast mash out, though. Wow.
1400 to 730. Both sides still have tier in play. Cassius here has not gone into the spear tally here, which is legal in this rule set. Oh no! Didn't go for the guard break. Would that have been enough to kill?
That could have killed.
Shu trying to mash out of it
Certainly
here.
could have killed.
The red feather is now on for Shu. And that's the tier gone, 1000 HP in the difference. Shu chilling here in neutral. The waggles here for Cassius.
Don't overthink it. Keep playing the same. Okay. Or you could use the device.
The skelly bones. There might actually be some cool stuff. Oh my god, and the mash then into it. Cassius
there we go.
takes the W. Cassius just had too many skeletons on his side. It just wasn't going to work out. Unfork. Alright, that is going to be 2-3 in the favor of Cassius. Turkey too strong. And now we have Asse versus Gryffindor for the last fight of the pools. Let's get this show on the road. And then after this, we will have the finals, which will be a first to 4. Griff. There we go. All right. Cool beans. What's up, Gentoro? Aini. Millicent. Hello, hello. What did I turn into? Players stripping, apparently, was what you tuned into, Millicent. You truly hate to see it. Alright, that's Griff in the right spot. Now we're just waiting for Acid to get in.
Ooh, donut.
That is actually true. Yeah, that's a terrifying thought. Alright, Acid.
What an arc that would be. That connection was only really bad for that first fight, right?
Yeah, I think there was like minor skipping in that first fight, and then it seemed to have eased off a small bit. So
yeah, I didn't see anything in the following fights.
Cassius tuna cat. True. All right, we have Asse in the house versus Gryffindor. Definitely going to be an interesting fight here. Bowl 1 has been the best finals format so far in the VPN tournament. The reason why is that Bowl 1 is the same as first to 1, so it doesn't create any confusion. At what point, Amy, do you drink out of a shoe, though? That's the real question.
I hope never.
All right, well, let's take just a quick peek at the builds, moving swiftly on from that one. 63 intelligence from the side of Gryffindor versus the 54 strength on the side of Asse. Some spell shenanigans versus the PSS. So I'm going to be interested to see how this one goes. Do you have any closing thoughts on these builds, as it'll most likely be the last time we see them today, Amy?
Is that Glintstone Crisps?
Yes, by the looks of things.
Well, I actually don't know how this will play out because, well, PSSS definitely has its jump attacks to, like, make the mage, like, punished for doing stuff or make them not want to doing stuff. It can't really run people down like two-hand thrusting sword can because it's much more adaptable.
Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see how this one pans out. Amy, give us the count in.
All right, on 3, 2, 1.
Let's rock and or roll. As the physics are drunk, as the magery commences, and an immediate punish on the cast.
Oh, and that catches.
But so does
Okay.
that.
Doing that in the corner really risky against PSSS.
Maybe counting on I might have been gassing out on end there, perhaps.
Might be a setup here for the, yep. But it's going to be too late to really get too much damage because Griff was afraid of the Sword of Light. That actually may have been a perfect moment for Griff to use some comets. But there's a huge health disadvantage here.
Oh my god!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, ye of little faith. How much damage did those little... Oh, and the nail!
Yeah, I rarely see that spell.
Oh my god, that was tragic on the Chris!
Yeah. Projectiles kind of get screwed up by jump attacks.
Getting a little bit of damage there on Assay with the phalanx. It's just a smidgen. I say a smidgen, that was a lot more. Oh! Almost getting the commas! Oh dear. The JL1. To the CR1. Griff is very, very low, but that swap over to that red feather. A nuclear comet here might be able to tier skip. The fully charged Chris comes out there as well, just to... Piercer!
Ace being very patient here. Letting Griff empty their key flask.
Just a bitch slap with the dagger. Oh no.
Oh no.
Slap in the face with the fish. Oh dear, oh dear. That is going to be Assay taking the first stock here very confidently.
Hey, I mean, if you don't know how to finish people with fists, then maybe it's not a good idea. Like, I've definitely been far more comfortable playing off dag as a finisher, because when you do the running attacks on the fist, you know, they can be strafed, they can be like side rolled. I think they're definitely a very good finisher, and I just never learned how to use it. Like, especially the standing R1 is really good. But yeah, definitely like off dag, it's like really hard to mess up. You don't need to worry about like running thresholds or anything. You just, you know, press L1 when they whiff something or get too close.
And it's lightning fast as well, like having an unreactable. Like, an unreactable is an unreactable even if it doesn't have the forward momentum. It can definitely, like, the dagger is just as fine, it's just that range can catch people off guard. Griff actually doing a good job there of staying in, but unfortunately he's just going to eat all of those.
Got like a bit too afraid and Ace waited.
Those R2s actually have an awful lot of forward momentum on them on the Chris.
Yep.
Interesting. Assay's very low now as well, but Assay has tier and Griff does not. Oh, got stuck on the model there and not able to actually land that JL1. Tragical gamers. Oh, and the roll catch. Much closer around that time though. Griff did actually manage to proc the tier on Assay.
Yeah, the R2s do not keep prio on that variant of a dagger.
Well, I mean, thank Christ for that for starters, but also, geez. It's a shame that they're just completely outclassed.
I think Griff's is struggling here largely because, what is it? Just having the reactions for the L1 is a bit hard. And, like, you see this a lot where people will actually interrupt PSS a lot, whatever, and then, like, they'll just continue to mash anyway, or they'll just, like, walk into you, and then they'll, like, roll at a weird angle, and, like, yeah, I get messed up by it. It's just...
Oh, no. Oh, no!
Oh,
that's not a good place to be against Piss.
Like, if you just watch and then roll here, but it's hard if you don't have like the movement and like reaction draining to like this move specifically.
That trade was vicious. Jump R2 comes out, but the run R1 is going to catch. That's going to be Assay taking it. And we'll have just a quick look at the final score now for the pools. 3. Oh, did he never even take his flask?
Oh,
no
that's unfortunate if it happened. Although I didn't see.
Wait, hang on a second. I can get the replay on YouTube. Hang on. No, Assay just never drank tear. He just pressured right off the bat. Yeah, he never took tear. He literally just pressured. Bro. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's actually really rough. Jesus. He's a wife and kids, bro. What are you doing? Alright, let's just take a quick peek then at the final scores here for the pools. Cassius on 10 points, on 12 points, Shu with 11, Assay 8, Ended the Shitter with 3, Griff with 3, and next, of course, being a no-show. So 3, 3, 8, 11, and 12. Cassius and Shu are in the finals. So hopefully we'll get to see more two-handed power-stanced sides moving forward. Maybe your meme won't be a dream, Amy. Cassius. Here we go. Alright. Cool beans. Just 4. Alright. We've seen a lot of TS today, which is kind of interesting. It's very rare that we see quite as many thrusting swords in a bracket. And
it's a good weapon.
It is a very, very good weapon, but we haven't seen... did we see any Starfists at all? I don't think so. Not a single Starfist. The rule set works.
It's a pretty small selection of players anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Starfist banned?
No, Starfist is legal. It's of the meta setups, it's the only one that's restricted because I was sick of seeing it.
What is it restricted with?
Just you can't choose the whatchamacallit. They had DLC greases removed just because you could tier skip on R2s with such consistency. It was a feels bad moment for people. So I just said that it was probably.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I know. Of the little amount I've played in the DLC, I've gotten multiple clips of tier skipping shield poke, so
justified IMO. Alright, cool beans. Oh, Griff is still in world. Nice. Alright, let me just fix that real quick. Players in session. Okay, so it's 2 and 3. Nice. There we go. Now it should work. Please work. Yes. Alright, Amy. The finals.
Mm-hmm.
Cassius, they are different because I messed them up. Ugh.
Oh, let's see how this set goes. Oh wait,
I fixed it. I
ready?
fixed it. Alright, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1, go.
And the bolt is on its way, and the players are chugging. And the PS slides into Shamshir. The mash from the side of Cassius here. With Shu waiting for it. Going for those rolls straight away. Cassius gets very, very mashy on side, which is kind of interesting. Because I don't really see it on the other setups. I see those just little side steps there just to try and get that extra little bit of a different angle just in case they try and go for the straight. A storm! What is it? Stormcaller?
Storm. Oh wait, no storm.
Wrong game.
Yep. Surprised that hit, but it's actually taken out like all of Shu's health.
Shu, they're just caught with the
Getting
poor
hit by these
spacing.
straight. Oh, should have done the second R1 there for the combo.
Maybe
But
just.
yeah,
I think the reason my shoe backed off there is, as you should be, I'm fairly worried about Cassius going for the mash out of the hit stun there. Because again, Cassius is very, very mashy, and the enemy standing L1 lands on the side of the side. See what I did there? I'm so clever. I'm looking at this.
I mean, you don't want to like press against Scythe, especially with like the tracking buff they gave it. Like that was one of its only like weaknesses in terms of like things you could do instead of like just watching and rolling with like most setups. But now you can't even do that because its tracking is just so
Yeah.
good. So, and like all of its normals are like very fast. So
Yes, it's actually surprisingly fast. I do find that. Sorry, excuse me. Before I go on, I love you. I love you. Yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it, bestie. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great stream. But scythe is one of those weapons that I feel is, it's not repped very well, because the other person kind of has to play in a way for you to actually make it work.
yeah, I don't think it really has anything real to force aside from status effects or using an offhand.
And we do see the swap.
Yep.
The swap over here onto the is that
Howl nothing?
no?
It's
martial arts. Or is it hand to hand?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. That's not one I've seen. Danes, by the looks of things, as well.
If I recall, it keeps... No, Danes would do the kick.
Dry leaf art. Sorry, it's the dry leaf. Never mind, I'm silly. I can't...
Well, basically all means the same thing. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure the gimmick with this is that it, like, keeps prio or, like, frame traps, like, roll-ins or something like that. I don't really actually know for sure, though.
Beast Claw.
Beast Claw.
Interesting here from the side of Cassius. Actually managing to get them at a random poise event
pivot
there.
Input drop. That was a pivot IPE, I think.
I really need to figure out how to get those pivots consistent so I can pivot cancel my animations. Let's go. Let's have that conversation again, everyone.
You basically pivot cancel your inputs or pivot cancel like a hit stun, but it's like very impractical. You need to know exactly when you're gonna get hit, and you need to be like you already can roll anyway, so there's no point. You're just like taking a hit, and it's like you could probably do like perfect block related stuff with it, but yeah,
probably not worth it.
Cassius getting a bit creative here with the setup choices, maybe because he has the lead. But we'll see how it pans out in the rest of the set.
I will say that players having fun and then losing is definitely a mood in Elden Ring. Let's be honest with you. No fun allowed, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it here first.
Yeah.
I will say that against other setups, the Beast Claw with their kind of weird movement can definitely catch people off guard, because sometimes hits just won't land.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, but against Shamshir you're not really going to get that, but just with the angles of the attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Like I definitely, if I were playing again, would want to know each and every like interaction, because like I've seen it do a lot of weird shit, like moving past attacks and stuff like that. Like I don't want too many surprises, but I think fundamentally, like it probably can't compete with the top setups. It just doesn't have like those tools that you see that they have.
Onto the KGS now, which is kind of interesting. I wonder will we see that. So Bevan has just told me for you not to cuss anymore. I think you've upset him. Oh, that was a tragic grease, though. She can't help it, Aini, as a rule. But looking at that there, the
Don't
run-on
worry, I
ones.
won't. I won't go as far as the Jaker.
We'll take a break if you need it, Amy. You know, I'll slur break just to keep us going. But either way, we are going to see. I can't even remember what that's called.
Gravity.
Whirligig. There we go. That sounds good. That sounds like a good one. As we are going to see that off dagger just do some crazy work here. As Cassius is going to come out with it again, keeping going with it as well. Actually managing to land the end part.
The end part I think has a lot of tracking, so it does catch people off guard. But the rest of the move, like, will just go somewhere.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, R2! Oh my god. Cassius is just doing like delay timing on those like follow-ups just to like catch you mashing. Because if you mash immediately, Shu might just roll, but if you do it on like delay, maybe Shu thinks that she can like sneak in some mashes.
Cassius is doing, what I will say though is that Cassius is doing a good job.
Yeah, like see that?
Yeah, exactly. Just staying just on the outside of the distance into the mash. It's 2-1 now, isn't it? Or is it 3-1?
I mean, Bevan, it is kind of facts, right?
Literal nap facts in that case. Jesus. Unfork bestie. Alright. Cassius 2, Shu 1. The second part is really hard to dodge. This is true. Actually, I actually don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know anyway.
I just respected the commitment to it. Good news, I got a holiday on Tuesday and I can join. Oh, nice! That'll be good to have you in, Crowned. Yeah, I'll be putting up the challenge and stuff over the next couple of days. But either way, we have both of our players in. Amy, give us the count in.
3, 2, 1, go.
There we have it. The physics, the greases, the run R1s from Kilo. The reaction rolls. We have it all here, folks. As Cassius is going to press there and unfortunately not quite hit there. Shu goes for the pivot cancel again. I'm just going to call them pivot cancels from here on out. Fuck it, we ball. As we see Shu take an insane amount of damage, but that jump R2 is actually going to stand to her as we go in for another run R1. Interesting choice here to go for these. Again, those jump attacks are so slow. But you do guarantee that poise break against the hyper armor, so for once it kind of makes sense in the matchup. But that didn't make sense in the matchup. Oh dear. And this here Cassius going for that run R1. They're not quite able to make it. Another run R1. Both sides relatively even here, but Shu's taking a lot of damage. Are we going to see the Piercing Fang? No, we don't. Piercing Fang when, Cassius? Into another trade. Tries to go for the true combo there off of the second one. Just a little bit of a free aim. Shu is in a spot of bother, but both sides are within bow shot of each other. See that swap over to Red Feather. Good roll out there from the side of Shu. Shu just needs to play this super cautiously. Are we going to see that follow up now from Cassius? No, we don't. But we do see some very patient rolls here come out from the side of Shu. Still though, one mistake will be enough as a jump R2. Into the spinning slash and into a loading screen. Oh no. Like, when you're that low against hyper armor, what do you do?
You get them to whiff a lot.
But given how that second swing on something like the KGS here, how fast it is, it always risks that trade. That's actually a really nasty spot to be in, because you have very few windows to actually get your punish in against that to not trade into it. So your spacing has to be pretty clean there.
I mean, I definitely... It's pretty rare that you encounter someone competent on KGS is like far as it can go. Like the only time I got that was when I played Marcovoso. I probably butchered his name. Um, but like from what I remember with it, like it's kind of like about um taking the interactions that you have, like the roll in punish, like the roll-ins that you can take without being punished by a
Mm-hmm.
follow-up attack, or oh, and also like rolling at a distance where like you would kind of bait them to do a follow-up R1 because they would expect like a rolling attack or something like that. It's kind of just, kind of baiting them to put out moves or hesitate in
Mm.
putting out moves because they might get like whiff punished or something, and going kind of back and forth with that. And in total with that, as if you play slow and good and not too predictable, then you should beat the hyper armor, right?
All right. Well, we'll see as we move on into this. What could be the final stock here on the Shu? Claws it back. As we see the swap over to LGS here from the side of Cassius. Interesting. Not a matchup I've actually had the pleasure of seeing all that much.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to see because we haven't seen all tourney. I'd really like LGS as a concept, but I just wish it was a bit you know,
Ooh.
less fan fiction and more how I imagined it.
Would it be sapphic fan fiction though? Is the real question.
I have
Given how the
idea what
moveset
that
is. I'll tell you when you're older, okay, Amy? As we are good to see both of our players. Look at this here, the R2's coming out here from the side of Cassius and run R1 into a bit of a trade there as Cassius is going to go for... Oh my god! Ooh. Possibly expecting the aerial version of that attack with Shu. But look at those R2s here as Cassius is going to try and go through the full chain. But beautiful spacing here from the side of Shu, who does have a very slight life lead here. As I say it, it disappears. GG though, as we are now going to see these R2s come out the trade into that standing R1 outside of it there, and we do see. Oh no, what is he going to do? Jump R2 over the top there. Shu force back. Oof. And here we go. Looking at that there, the jump R2 comes out now once more. Goes for that standing R1. Oh me, oh
jump
my.
R2s.
We're seeing an awful lot of those jump R2s here from the side of Shu, and an awful lot of the time it's getting her punished. I can't help but wonder if it's maybe a quirk of using other setups. But the other setups that I think... Oh, what?
What? Wow, sorry, this is so wholesome. Shu saving.
Saving Cassius!
Suicidal I wonder if that was a misinput or...
I'm curious. I'm not actually sure what happened there.
Did a roll break?
Oh, he took a bolus but took the wrong one.
Interesting.
There ain't no way,
Wholesome
dude.
Elden Ring PvP compilation, clips number 256.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh, and that is Cassius taking the W.
Cassius, you want to explain what happened there?
Cassius, you have a little bit of explaining to do there, mate. Apologies. I guess it's a mistake between bolus and concoction. Elden Ring PvP peaked here. We could turn down the... Thought he didn't need to win that round. Alright, where's Cassius? We need him here now. You're gonna have to explain to us. We're gonna have to do an investigation. Forgive me for that. That was a misinput.
Cassius, why do you have... It's probably not a good idea to have the concoction, like... What is it, like... bound to something.
It could have been the case that they had unequipped the bolus and then set up the other one and just didn't think about it. That was. Why'd you
For
have
some
it?
reason, so with like the toolbox, you use like your input, your interact button plus like
Yeah.
scroll wheel up or scroll wheel down to
Mm-hmm.
like hit toolbox things. And then there's also like, um, my Z and X buttons work.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I think if you tilt the scroll wheel, it will also like hit left or right. And because of that, sometimes I would like go for a bundle and like get a bolus instead. And it would be so annoying because I just scroll up and I randomly get it.
That's very funny. That is
If I had the
actually.
concoction there, then it would literally be like I don't know if the boluses would be worth it then. Not the boluses, the bundles.
But either way, we'll never get to the bottom of this, folks. We'll never get to the bottom as Cassius takes the W this day. Congratulations, Cassius. Well played to both. For PvE. Okay.
Yeah, those were some really fun matches.
Yeah, nicely done. Amy, I hope you enjoyed today. Do you have any kind of closing thoughts for us before we crack on?
Oh, I'd probably want to see more of this. It was really nice and it's pretty cozy.
Cozy. Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you all tomorrow for the beginners bracket tournament. Starts at the same time. We have some wonderful people in, and I think we filled the bracket for tomorrow. I think there's one place left. So if you're interested in joining the Bennings bracket tomorrow, just pop into Endacord. Reserve your place. So yeah, we literally have just one more space left. One more space left. Because Blue Noctara has just filled the second last place. So if you're interested, do send me a message, and you'll be more than welcome to join in. So, Amy, it's been an absolute pleasure serving with you today, and I can't wait to have you on again. Thank you for the absolutely excellent insight into an awful lot of the intricacies of the pre-DLC meta.
Stuck in the past.
Stuck in the past. Get with the times, old woman. Get with the fucking times. But yeah, we'll see you all, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.